Dwarf planets are like the little siblings of the solar system. They're smaller than regular planets, but still cool enough to have their own moons. The big debate? Whether they should be called planets at all. You see, to be a planet, an object must orbit the sun, be spherical, and clear its path of other debris. Dwarf planets do the first two, but not the third. The classification of dwarf planets is still a topic of confusion, and many people are unsure whether they should be considered a new type of planet or just a subcategory of existing planets. The reason for this confusion is that dwarf planets don't quite fit the traditional mold of what we think a planet should be. They're not as big, they're not as bright, and they don't dominate their orbits like the planets we're familiar with do. This confusion has led to a lot of debate about whether dwarf planets should be considered a new type of planet, or just a dwarf version of existing planets. Some argue that they're just small planets that don't meet the full criteria, while others believe they're a distinct class of celestial bodies that deserve their own categorization. The heart of the matter lies in the definition of a planet. What makes a planet anyway? Is it its size, its composition, its orbital characteristics? The truth is, there's no one clear answer, and that's what makes the classification of dwarf planets so tricky. Pluto, for example, is a dwarf planet that was reclassified from its original status as the 9th planet in our solar system. It's small, it's icy, and it has a weird orbit that overlaps with other celestial bodies in the Kuiper belt. Eris, on the other hand, is a dwarf planet that's slightly larger than Pluto, but it's also icy and has a highly eccentric orbit. These characteristics challenge our traditional ideas of what a planet should be, and that's what makes them so fascinating. Dwarf planets tend to be icy and rocky, with surfaces that are highly reflective and prone to extreme variations in temperature. They also tend to have highly eccentric orbits that take them close to the sun and far out into the outer reaches of the solar system. These characteristics are very different from those of regular planets, which are typically larger, hotter, and have more circular orbits. Despite these differences, there's still a lot of debate about whether dwarf planets should be considered a new type of planet, or just a subcategory of existing planets. Some scientists argue that they're distinct enough to warrant their own classification, while others believe they're just a variation on the theme of planetary formation and evolution. The debate may continue, but one thing is certain. Dwarf planets are a fascinating area of study that can help us learn more about the formation and evolution of our solar system. By studying these mysterious bodies, we can gain new insights into the processes that shape our cosmic neighborhood and the many wonders that lie within it.